Hey guys, it's Mycket with One Kingdom, just the latest version of R2tK versus Tenebris Latus, which I believe is, my Latin is a little rusty, but I believe that's the dark side. My Latin's a little rusty since I actually never took it, so that explains that. However, what I'm going to try and do today is I'm going to try something a little different. I'm going to try and make a run through this entire thing. Obviously, it starts off with some ones that are a little lower. We have people of different levels, so I thought it might be helpful in some ways. It does get up towards 14s there at the end. We'll see. I did take a quick peek at the king just to see if that was going to be a problem, but I think we should be able to run through this. So let's give this a try. You may watch me fail somewhere along the lines here. Let me just give it a run here, though. All right. I'm not even sure if I have my Kingdom Portal troops, but I believe I do. I guess we'll find out. Okay. So, all right. This one's really easy. Obviously, there's two ways you can get through it. You can either get through it from the back side and try and hit it there, or you can just kind of take it head on, which is all I'm going to do here. It's a level 8. I'm just going to at least be smart about this and use Foreveil here so I don't end up getting stuck in this double with that. So I think the easiest way to do that is, this is just, I'm just going to go in from this side and go in from this side, and then might as well bring one in here, have them get smacked a few times. That's okay, and I'll bring this across. And I'll just kind of speed through this. Just trying to make sure my guys don't get stuck too much there. Done. Alright. Now I won't do epics on all these. I'll just finish up whenever I get the SH there, the stronghold. Now, just so you know, the ones that I have that are leveled up are Jal, Foreveil, Erasmus, and Brander, and to some effect Aegis. So those are the ones that I'll probably be using. That doesn't mean there aren't other choices in the midst here. Basically, when I see that sort of thing, I always use Foreveil. It's just, you don't want to try and mess around and use somebody else. It's easy with Foreveil, at least with it pretty leveled up. I'm just going to kind of let these go towards the middle here a little, try and protect them a little bit. I end up using Mana Hunters a lot. You notice I had the dragon tank for them there, so that the Skywatcher wouldn't shoot them all down. I don't actually have them all that leveled up. Even you could do that. I think it's actually a good idea, but I'm choosing what I level up as I go along here. All right, this is going to be done deal. Done. All right. It's no big deal if you get the epic victory or just the victory, but alright, so next. Now I will say most of these I'm doing sight unseen. Obviously if you're going through it you should scout them out first and so forth. I shouldn't have too much trouble with anything under 13. Alright, okay, this one, the only trick to this one is the funneling to it. I'm going to, just for fun, I should be able to get through this with Brander. I'm going to do that. Well, I have Xolonia pretty leveled up too. Not super high, but high enough. Okay, so just to make sure that my guys funnel the way that I want them to, I'm going to try and pick off a few of these outside buildings up here with the dragon, and I'm not going to mess around with with these guys. The spell tower, so I'm going to make sure that I protect them with Brander as they go by. Oh, well, this... Okay, I'm going to try to do a funnel a different way. I'm going to try and funnel on this one side with these two rather than try and do the whole thing, because they are going to be getting shot at. Because this, you have to look whether or not these walls cover the outside, or whether the walls are far enough outside that the spell towers can't get them. In this case, you're going to see they're going to get shot as they go by there. So I'm going to do a funnel up here. So let's see, right there should be good. All right, just gonna speed through this a little bit because it's gonna not be terribly exciting. Okay, I'm gonna zoom him across this side. I know I could have gotten another building there, but I'm just not being that patient today. So let's go and take out a couple more buildings. Now I should be able to take this down. Gotta watch that. There it goes. Bam. I know I didn't have all of them down, but I found that's a problem that I have with Brander. That if you don't get those things down at just the right time, you end up really paying for it in the end. And I just did a terrible job funneling. So let's see what I can pull off anyways. Oh boy. Alright, so there's the example of the anti-funnel. I thought I had enough to be able to keep towards the inside, but I didn't. So I'm going to use this. I never use this on this dragon, but he's just sitting there all by himself, got nothing to do. So, oops, he's actually in range. Okay, so I'll pull him up here and use this once again. I never use this on the dragon, so actually he wasn't quite done yet. But all right, these guys are getting frozen under here. Okay, this is got to be terribly exciting. All right, that's what you do with the anti-funnel. Not exactly the way you're supposed to do it, mostly because I did it by mistake. All right. Next, I will say that part of the reason why I wasn't working as hard on the funnel there is because, as I said, my guys are leveled up enough. It shouldn't be too hard. Okay, this doesn't scare me, and this doesn't scare me. Those don't bother me at all. That one bothers me only with certain types of troops. If I'm bringing in archers or other things like that. Okay, obviously Brander is not the right choice for this. Just for kicks, I'll use another one that I don't know. Let's use Xolonia. I have this bonus on her still. The one trick to Xolonia is they've changed they changed number 2 and 3, Lost Hope and Death Ward here. The number 2 ability used to be number 3, and so the trick to it is you just have to remember which one it is. I think they did that. I don't end up using Lost Hope very much when it was number 3. I probably still won't. That's probably why they switched it. All right, this is going to be the biggest problem here. The only thing I'm going to do in this one, because these will be no issue whatsoever if I attack from the top side, so they're actually not much of an issue anyway. I'm going to change my troops and just pop in one of these guys. I find that helpful because with Xolonia, because then you're going to, now if there were a lot of other things, I might also keep a mana hunter in there, but I just need to keep the mana flowing here. Excuse me, I have to keep the hit points flowing here, so I've got to have have something with some high hit points here. This should be, as I said, not too bad here. So let's just put this in, drop the dragon down, see what will happen. All right. They're going to get smacked here real hard. Wasn't that hard, but I'll transfuse them and just kind of speed through this. Of course, speeding through the slowdown is all right. I don't even have any other things to fight. Okay, done. I was gonna say I'm not sure what I should use. I have all this extra mana. Xolonia has just gotten nerfed a little bit, and because it oopsie, I'm out of gold. I thought I might be pretty close there. I just went and upgraded something, so I'll get him in a little bit. All right, now I have to start paying a little more closer attention in level 13s, because level 13s are definitely doable when you have the right ancients and you have them leveled up. But what is going on here? This is a very spread out. Oh my goodness, he has this over. He must have just gone to 13, just like me. I just went to SH 13. I haven't leveled up my troops yet, so I have SH 12 troops. But okay, well that's going to be of no consequence there whatsoever. It's not even high. Oh, it is a high enough level, but these are the ones I really have to pay attention to. Only this one if I come from the north. This one scares me more than anything because my own troops fight my own troops, and that's not very helpful. I think in this one I'm going to just stay with Xolonia. I got Xolonia up, might as well. Alright, am I able to funnel like I want to? No, not quite. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my troop down. Do this. I got to change my troops. No, I don't. Never mind. I'll leave that. I'm going to put this down here. Drop this right there. Drop that there. 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 Get in there. There we go. Alright. Going to take this across here. Just to be able to take that hit from the cursed tower. And done. Alright. Shouldn't have any trouble with that one. Yeah. Get them all. As I said, I'm not really exactly doing the best scouting here, so when I go and try and just funnel these things, sometimes they're not funneled perfectly. Alright, well we have an SH-12 here. Okay, there's the third one. I've got these two and that one right there. Okay, I don't know. What should I do with this one? I think I'll do something just for fun. I should be able to... I'll bring it through with Eloni. I do not have Eloni leveled up. I'm on... what level am I? I can't even read it behind that thing. Level 1. Excellent. Level 1. I'm going to go with a level 1 Xolonia, but this one I am going to need some mana because I'm so unleveled up. Is unleveled up a word? I don't know. Alright. Gonna wait till that tanks and then I'm going to drop those. I didn't get it before the first one, but it'll be okay. There you go. They get a 15% bonus, plus they're protected from the fire there. I am going to get, pretty soon I'm going to get frozen for just a second. That's okay. Throw down one of these buckaroos. Bring this guy back here. Speed through this. Done. Okay. I actually kind of like Eloni. But obviously, since I don't have her leveled up, I can't use that very often. But that base setup was kind of interesting. One of the tricks about when you're doing this quickly and trying to switch back and forth is to also make sure that you don't forget that you have a different ancient on there. I did that the other day. Was lucky and was able to still pull it out. But all right, I'm going to go with Jal on this one. This bow tie base or whatever this thing is I think well suited for Jal. The trick to it is trying to make sure you get enough mana. That's why sometimes people stick the mana way out on the outside here. Some of these troop portals, but shouldn't be a problem. I've got 4 down here, and I've got 3 up at the top. So and I've got one of these at the top. So I'm just going to kind of go down here and make it easy on myself. I've got exactly what I always choose. I've got my 2 paladins, 3 soldiers, and 1 mana hunter. I just have to watch these guys so I don't get smacked by them too quickly. Not as worried about the freeze one, but this dude right here, I've got to make sure that I have it covered. Now there's 2 ways to handle this. Either I can get enough mana here, which is what I'm going to do, to smack both those. Ooh, I missed it. I forgot to freeze him. Oh, that's a bummer. Or maybe I missed it. Anyways, still shouldn't be a problem. The other option is you can go and you can just do them individually and just freeze them all at the same time. Or, excuse me, not at the same time, as you go. Okay. Alright, so let's just make sure that I'm doing well here. Yeah, I missed that one. As I said, I'm trying to rush a little bit too much here, but that's okay. I'm not going for the epic victory anyways. Although I think in that one I would have had it. fixed. Okay, now we're to the Sentinels, so I have to also remember that it's going to be a little bit tougher to get through them. But these Sentinels aren't particularly leveled up. Looks... Oh, man. Okay, SH-13. I have that down there, so I could definitely attack with Brander, but those are so far away from that, they're not going to even hit the other side of it. So the easy out to go on this one is to go with Foreveil, but I'm trying to mix it up a little bit here. So let's use Aegis. All right, the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try and tank with that with my dragon, just to help the process a little. And I got to get myself, if I'm coming in from the top, I got to make sure that I get in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this up. I'm not going to need. I'm going to need some mana too, so I might as well. I'll do this, and just for kicks, I will throw in a little bit of everything there. Alright, so I do always have these as backup if I really need something there. Alright, this should go... I want to dig through that first level. I'm going to tank on that. And now that I'm through that first level, I should be good with the rest of these guys. Alright, here we go. Oopsie, I forgot to drop that one. It's okay. They are going to get smacked here. Shouldn't be too bad. I'm going to go ahead and use their next ability in just a second. But you got to be careful with Aegis because you can get too far. I'm going to throw down this one because it's just going to take down everything as it goes. It even knocks down the walls a lot of times. And I'm going to heal them because they are getting smacked by both these guys on the other side. And done. Alright. Aegis is really good for doing a quick push if there's like an automatic funnel that it'll automatically funnel it for you. You can push all your guys there, take out some of the defenses. As I indicated there, the thing you have to be careful is that if there are no more defenses on the side of the SH that you want, make sure that you don't make them run all the way around to the other side. Alright, what do we have here now? SH-14. Sentinel 15%, so it's not too leveled up. And there's our flare tower, which is what you got to pay attention. It's only level 2. I could try and do passes across that. This is not a good one to try and get that, but oh yeah. Okay. Well, here goes Foreveil. Change my troops here over to I want to keep the mana flowing and keep my guys going. The trick on this one will be the funnel. Shouldn't be impossible though. I think what I'll do is I'll probably bring in my guys from up the top here and put some over on the top here and some over on the side there. Yeah, because I don't want to end up putting them all at the top and having them split entirely. Oops, maybe better do this before I forget to. Switch that to Foreveil. And actually this is so far away from that I can actually start way down here and just kind of let them run for a little bit. I'll throw one more guy down there. And what I'll do is I'll throw this down up here. You wait for just a second, then you drop your paladins because you really need your paladins inside. And then I'll go ahead and drop my dragon there just to kind of help the process a little. Okay. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to do what we call lightly spelling them. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw this down on all of them. That flare tower is going to flare up. The other thing you have to be careful of here, so I'm going to use this. Now they have nerfed Foreveil a little bit so that it doesn't last as long as it used to way back when, but it's a good enough protection that as long as you just keep going on this level 1, you're good. Now, could you use that top level to be able to freeze out the flare tower? Absolutely. But what I'm actually afraid of is that if I use up all my mana, you can get, when you've got you're staring at all those freeze towers, and they're sitting there with a conduit next to them, you can get to the point where your guys get stuck, and they will not march forward at all. Now, I'm losing more of my guys than I thought I would here, but it's because I'm not paying attention, and I'm going to do this to let them get a second to heal. I'll throw down one of those and bring these over here. Alright. I should be good without having to throw down the Kingdom Portal troops. getting frozen here a little bit. I'm kind of rushing. Okay, good. Well, wasn't exactly a stellar win there, but the combination of the Sentinel, I think, slowed it down a little bit more than I expected to. All right, we'll get troops there in a little bit when I go out and get some gold. Okay, finally, I have took a peek ahead at this one. Obviously I have the SH-14. This one is going to be, for me, is going to be Jal. Jal I have leveled up the most. Right now, Jal at level 35 and could level more. But all right, so on this, trying to figure out where to be able to best. Okay, we have a free funnel break right there. If I go going through it on my dragon right there, I'm going to go through this. I don't think I'm going to need a boost for this, but it is a little trickier than it looks. But what I'm going to do is I'm not afraid of all that much, so I'm going to try and take that maybe even without shutting it down. But I'm going to try and funnel on these buildings right here. So I'll start over here, and that way if I have to throw them to the other side, I can. I might get shot here, we'll see. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and take the shots, because I'm going to be done with that thing pretty quickly. Maybe not the best idea, but I'm going to do it anyways. Alright. And once that throws down, I'm going to throw one of these guys in there, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to start bringing down the rest of the guys. Yeah, let's speed through this a little bit. I'll throw this down in front. Oops, I better do this too first, because those guys are going to get confused. Right now, those guys are pretty much just tanking for my dragon. I'm going to do some swipes with my dragon. Hopefully I can get 2 swipes in before he dies. And if I'm really lucky, he lives. I'm going to freeze that up there. And I'd love to just take it right out. Oopsie, yeah. Here we go. Just speeding through this, and done. Anyways, that's it. Just for kicks, I'm gonna, I think maybe, we'll see if I can epic this last one, even without, just gonna speed through it. There we go. Oops, one more building. Lots of extra mana too. Anyways, so that's a bit longer than most of them, and you can see even on 1 or 2 of them, they didn't go the way I wanted to them, but I was able to shepherd them back in. Anyways, this is Mycket with One Kingdom. Make sure that you like and subscribe and keep ahead of your rivals.